So the probes that come with the PicoScope 6000 are much finer, you can see on the left, than your classic oscilloscope probe. They're also spring-loaded and have a removable tip, so the spring-loaded makes it a lot easier to get them on and keep them on a device, especially surface mount parts. So you can see there, probing a small SMD, you can probe test pads really easily, and you can even probe things like the backside of a BGA. So there we have all the vias on the backside. I've just inserted the probe into it. I've got a sort of simpler board here, and typical type of issue. And what I'm going to show you is that by inserting it into the via and applying a bit of pressure, I'm able to break any solder mask that's stuck in there, and I can just directly see the signal. So I can go ahead and probe somewhere. There's another signal here, another high-speed one. Or what I can try now is I'm going to probe the input and output of this clock buffer driver. I'm just sort of trying to work around the camera here. And you can see how having the spring-loaded tips makes this a lot easier than, if you had something else. So I just push it on to one of the surface mount leads here. So we need the camera to focus, and the other one goes in the via, again breaking through, and you can see there's the input and output of the clock buffer. So it makes your life quite a bit easier. And you can look at, for example, into the ground or something like that. So let's find another signal here. Somewhere there's another higher speed signal. Nope. One of these has it. But you can see that I'm able to just probe directly through the solder mask and the vias without needing to, without needing to sort of have test pads separated already. So this is why I'm really liking these spring-loaded tips on the PicoScope 6000 probe. So even if you don't have the PicoScope, you might want to, invest in just the probes from it, because they seem that good. And as another example, I'm also going to show you using some of the grounding features. So here's what you might normally do if you're lazy, you don't have the ground connected, and you can see that's a pretty dirty waveform. So I'm just using the fact that the grounds are connected via USB. Instead, what I might do is, use your very typical ground clip here, and again, have that set up, and then I'll do the same deal, probing the via, break through the solder mask, and just check what the signal looks like now. And that's looking better. It's more like a square wave, but there's still quite a bit of ringing on it, which is probably partially due to the device itself. It's driving a big cable you see behind there. But we can get a cleaner signal still. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the ground sort of spring adapter. There you see it on, and I can just, there's lots of ground, but a lot of places now litter the board with these ground vias. You can see that just fits into a ground via, and the other side fits into the signal I'm measuring. So the new PicoScope probes with the 6000 series are just that much easier to use.